Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to Betrayal in Antara, where last we left off here in the little casino resort town of Balukri. Anyway, there's a brothel and a bunch of gamblers. So, this house, by the way, is the one that we saw at the very end, where you may recall there was a mage named Jax who was fleecing his opponents by using magic to make his hands move so quickly the other guys could not see him pulling cards out of his sleeve. And Aaron called him on it and said, "Hey, I won't tell those guys if you teach me that magic." To which Jax replied, "Well, if you can beat me fair and square, then I'll teach you how to cheat." So, I did take care of that in between our last stream and now, which results in this message. Oh, it's not showing me now. Okay, before it came up and I could click on the door again after winning against him. Sure, fine, whatever, embarrass me, game. But it doesn't matter anyway, because what it does is it increased our spellcasting by 1 point, but more importantly, it increased our movement magic by 15 points, which is a lot. So that puts us well over the maximum value for this chapter, and very close to what I presume is going to be the game maximum of 100 points. So, in the meantime, we are still learning metabolic stasis. We're 62% towards that. Yeah, a very zesty upgrade, in fact. We will see if this big jump in movement magic has unlocked anything else after we get done with metabolic stasis, because, of course, we had several different spells already unlocked. It was 2 or 3, I think. We've got to check all of those. Couldn't do anything with the brothel last time. I'm presuming we're going to have to come back here after we find out something else. And to wit, there are only 2 places we have not yet been, and that is the town of Nightridge and the town of Nathby, which is where we're supposed to be going anyway, as far as I can recall. So we're going to head on up north, like y'all decided you wanted to do. We're going to hit up Nightridge and then clear the road between Nightridge and the crossroads. And then I'm going to loop back around real quick and head over to that Temple of Kor in the corner over here next to Havsley, because we still need to get this other Everedge. He's got it. Our second Everedge has to be blessed. We definitely want to make that happen. So, without wasting any more time, let's get on our way. Lol, immediately. Instantly. Let's see, they have... Oh yeah, they've got a tavern, but not an inn, so... That's fine, we'll just have to... sleep in the road. We're used to it. Oh, we're starting off with some Trarangs, it looks like. Well, let's see if we can sneak up on them. And no, wow. Kaylin is the one who ruined that for us? Wow, okay. Fascinating. Well, let's start off with some target practice, because these fellas are not anything special. Let's see. I'm gonna try a lava sphere, and we'll see how it goes. Hey, we got it. And without any Abrida's conduit this time, too. You know what? You don't need to... That doesn't matter for you. You're not an archer. Okay. They're very angry and also very on fire. But soon they will be very dead. And that's what we care about. Ooh, another hit. Alright. Now, I'm not saying this is something that they should add. I don't really have a fully formed opinion on this yet. But, you know what I think it would be interesting if they did have in here? And if it exists, I haven't seen it. A potion that causes your skill gain to improve. Makes your skills level up a little bit faster for a short time. Like, it could be a combat item and therefore only affect certain skills, such as melee, archery, defense, assessment. Maybe it wouldn't work for things like haggle and gambling. And that would make sense if it was limited somewhat, just because if it works on combat skills, then that means it's going to work for all of Erin's magic, which already makes it pretty powerful. Oh wow, her archery's up to 71. Love to see it. Nothing? Okay, well, that's not unexpected. Searching for treasure chests. Hello, little treasure chests. Are you here? Ooh, no, but there is a dig spot. Anything over here? No. Okay, well, this is why we search. You have the shovels. Hey, cool. Well, we can certainly use that. Okay, well, somebody can certainly use it. There we go. Let's mark that. We need all of the damage increasing items that we can get. So I am not mad about that. Well, if I could type. Also, I know that my mic is probably picking it up at least a little bit. You'll have to excuse me. I got a new keyboard. And, I mean, the other one was a mechanical keyboard as well, but this is, like, insistent that people should know it's a mechanical keyboard. Hey! Cash and food. Floor cash. I like floor food less than floor cash. But I'll take anything, really. Okay, nobody's interested. Sure. Oh, there's a shop. Let's see what they've got. The Singing Anvil. I don't hear any singing. Unless that rising chord in the background indicates that this dude is about to drop the bars of the century. Let's see. Onyx Blade, Tower Shields again, and the Januli Greatsword. That's new. The Mastersmiths of Januli produced a handful of such blades every year, each of unique and exquisite craftsmanship. They offered unparalleled balance, durability, and striking power, and felt so natural to wield that they functioned as an extension of the fighter himself. A Januli greatsword was a weapon to be honored and respected. Oh, wow. Look at those stats. Thrust accuracy is 10, but damage is 40. Swing is 20, damage is 50. Hack is 20, damage is 75, and it has 38 hardness. Okay, so it looks like overall... Yeah, okay, so the Montari Onyx Blade is more accurate and degrades more slowly. But the Greatsword deals significantly more damage, and I'm pretty sure that deals more damage even than Everedge. Let's look at her Blessed Everedge. Yeah, because even Blessed, her hack damage is 51. Now, of course, are we going to buy one of these? No. Because then our accuracy is going to decrease. So we're going to deal less damage overall because we won't be hitting as consistently or as often, unfortunately. So while that hack and swing damage is really high and even the thrust damage is high, Everedge, first of all, it doesn't degrade. That saves us space to where we don't have to carry whetstones anymore, period. We don't have to maintain or repair them, which is great. So we can just hang on to those and forget about it. So even if its damage is a little higher, that's cool, but... Let's see. Kaylin looked through the window. I see easels and paints. I guess this must be an artist's home. Do you see him? No. Perhaps we should come back when he's home. I guess so. Wonder why that's going to be important. That's a weird, skinny-looking door with that angle. Let's see. Yes, can I help you? Chimed a clear voice from within. The party entered through the open door, and then they stopped and stared in astonishment. The room was filled with wondrous toys of every kind, carved wooden animals on wheels, spinning tops, masks and costumes, miniature swords and shields, even a Joyman doll, his tricot-feathered hat perched at a rakish angle. This is amazing! Kaylin looked through the window of a tiny castle. There's a tiny emperor inside. He's standing in front of a mirror, trying on an ermine robe. And there's a tailor, too, taking his measurements. It's perfect down to the last detail. Thank you very much, my dear. Though the companions looked around, they still could not find the source of the voice. I don't like going into a toy shop and hearing someone speak to me and not being able to tell where it's coming from. Suddenly, from behind the counter, out walked a little man standing only about as high as Kaylin's waist. What? He swaggered up to her with an odd rolling gait, and then he made a full bow. I am charmed, he said in polished tones. Kaylin was taken aback, but she managed a graceful curtsy of her own. Likewise, I'm sure. Are you the toy maker? Asked Aaron, his eyes round with wonder. Forgive me. The midget's blue eyes sparkled. Yes, I am. Do you like my creations? I guess it hadn't been made clear to them that perhaps is a controversial terminology at the time that the game was written and published. So, yeah, that's kind of 90s. Oh, very much indeed. The children of Nightridge must adore you. The toymaker clambered up on a tall stool so as to be eye to eye with his visitors. Well, they really want you to remember this guy's short. I hope so. You see, that is why I became a toymaker in the first place. So the children would like me. I grew up in this town. All through my childhood, those who were my own age or older picked on me, while the younger ones were afraid. You became a toymaker so they wouldn't be afraid, Kaylin began. Because I was different. Yes, I'll never forget the day I opened my shop. No one came in the whole morning and well into the afternoon. In a town this size, if a new shop opens and the townspeople don't flock to it immediately, that's a sure sign it will fail. Well, you obviously didn't fail. What happened? Aaron inquired. A young woman, Sarah, brought her little sister in. The little girl was shy, hanging back until she spied a particular Empress doll. She started playing with it, and soon all the other children had their noses glued to the windows, watching her. One by one, they crept in and began to play with my toys. That's a happy ending, Kaylin smiled. Oh, that wasn't the ending. That was just the beginning. The little man grinned, hopped from his stool, and went to a cradle hidden in the corner. He lifted out a newborn babe, her head covered with curls like spun gold. You see, Sarah and I got married. This is Sarlette, our third child. Kaylin felt her eyes moisten. Now that is a happy ending. Best of luck to you, Master Toymaker. May your own children be your best customers of all. Okay, well that is sweet. I see what they were trying to do. I think that they were trying to create an object lesson of, like, you know, different is not bad, and like give people a chance and that kind of thing. So This seems kind of like what they were trying to do with the Chuman over in, I think it was Durst. Well, the execution, but the intent is there, I feel. It seems in character for the game developers so far. You know, like based on what we've seen. I don't see any free stuff lying around. I haven't in a while. Maybe they stopped giving it to us because they decided that by this point in the game we should have enough money that it oughtn't matter. Oh, As the party approached the bar, a painting on the wall drew Aaron's attention. "William," he called excitedly, "take a look at this." William joined Aaron to stare at the painting. Well, I'll be. The beast on the canvas was a dead ringer for the one that killed Gregor. Oh, way back at the beginning of the game. The tavern keeper approached. Proudly, he said, "So, you've noticed my monster. Isn't it a fine piece of art? I think it gives the place a certain amount of class, don't you?" William hastened to agree. "Sure. Cultural distinction. Who's the artist?" "He's a local fellow. Lives right in town. Kind of an odd duck, but talented. Name's Perdugo." "Perdugo, eh?" William mused. "It might be worthwhile to pay our respects to the artist." Okay. I see. So we needed to see that in order to unlock the artist to have a conversation with him, I guess. Ale and food. You don't need either of those, really. That is the edge of town, so let's just go straight back over here and... Was it this one, I think? The artist was at home, and more than happy to show the companions around his studio. Pointing to a canvas painted entirely blue, he said, "This was when Perdugo was in his blue mood. I mix blue after blue, but not quite what I'm looking for. Took 7 weeks to find the blue, and she is it." Oh, okay. This guy is a bit of an odd duck. Kalen moved to stand in front of a large canvas spattered with a myriad of colors. And this was when you were in your rainbow phase? "No. That is a piece from Perdugo's early days, when I was still trying to find self. I call it Portrait of Young Man as an Artist." He's dropping some words in odd places. William attempted to be diplomatic. "All these paintings seem to be quite, different than the beast we saw in the Sword and Crook. You did that too, didn't you?" Perdugo snorts. "Piffle. Pig snot. That's Perdugo do on commission. Perdugo have to eat too, you know." Why is he talking like that? William protested. "But you portrayed it so accurately." The artist snorted again. "Thingness. Mere thingness. You take a thing. You put it on canvas. Except, in this case, Perdugo just have a description to go on. No model. Makes more challenging." Okay. Aaron became interested. "You mean someone around here actually saw one of those creatures?" "Yes. Pharaoh. It made mincemeat out of his arm. Oh, yes, Pharaoh. He get a real close look at beast." Why is he talking like that? William led his friends toward the door. "It's been quite fascinating, Perdugo, but we should get going." The artist shrugged and pointed to a canvas half filled with black and purple streaks. "Perdugo need to get back to work. Anyhow." Kalen studied the canvas. "What is it? A thunderstorm?" the wife of the mayor. He commissioned a portrait, but then he doesn't pay. So this is how Perdugo sees the wife when his stomach growls with hunger. Okay, well, that was an adventure all by itself. Yeah, the timing and phrasing of that, like, I'm sure what he meant was that was in reference to his, like, he has to do commissions because he has to eat like everyone else. So since he didn't pay for the commission, he's hungry, but still, that was a little Okay, I was hoping this might be Farrell's house, or Farrell, because this was the only empty house other than the one with stuff in it. A one-armed man answered the door. That seems like our guy. Yes. William said, "Are you Farrell?" When you say it that way, it's like, do you live in the woods? You know, with the wolves and squirrels. Are you Farrell? I'm going to call him Farrell, just because of that. Sorry, I tickled myself. Are you Farrell? Well, now that sounds like, are you for real? We'd like to ask you about the flying beast that attacked you. I'm Farrell. What do you want to know? Aaron improvised. We were attacked by one of them too. We were wondering if it could have been the same one. At least you were lucky enough to still have all your limbs, the man said bitterly. But our companion lost his life, William added. Too bad. Guess I got lucky too. It was a couple of years ago. I was working my fields. The creature must have flown in from the waste. I felt a shadow cross over me, too quick to be a cloud. I looked up to see the monster diving down right on top of me. Grabbed me in its talons. Carried me clear across town. Why did it drop you? Something hit it. A fireball, I found out later. It fell into a haystack. Beast mauled my arm so bad the healer had to take it off. The man rubbed his stump. Turns out, Lord Sheffield's mage, Bryce, was in town that day. He saw the thing and nailed it with a spell. Funny thing was, he didn't kill the creature, just stunned it. Telling all the townsfolk to keep back, he went to the beast's side and did some magic stuff that seemed to calm it down, and then it flew away. William thought out loud. Interesting. The monster attacking us was out for blood. Aaron here had to kill it. Farrell looked at Aaron with new respect. That must have been some trick. Yeah, Aaron smiled, casting a sidelong glance at William. You're not the first to say that. Oh, William called Aaron some trick, huh? Well, what does that mean? So it sounds like he tamed it, like instead of killing it? Or something? We know something sus is going on in Lord Sheffield's house, because there's like a strange bank account that he's not mentioned, and some other things like that going on. And now his court mage apparently tamed this monster. And they were attacked by one. Interesting. I'm not sure exactly what this is a clue to, like what it points to, but let's see. Okay, good. Good. That was his spell finishing up. Oh. His poison went up. Cause increased. So let's see. Here we go. Now we've got a couple different spells. Poison. Remove. Okay, and that means area and create left us. So self and ally. Okay, so purification. That's going to cure poison, I'm sure. Okay, so the poison this Aryan create is also... Oh, that's right. Choking Cloud. Well, we haven't had a ranged poison spell yet, and I've been complaining about it, so I'm going to go ahead and research Choking Cloud next, and then we'll do the other thing. Ooh. Oh, okay, that was on the map. I don't know why I was surprised. To whomst is this a temple? Sinadrin, okay. Let's see. No, we're good. Don't need to talk to anybody else. Okay. So. Oh, almost walked right into those guys. Right. Yeah, the other one, like the Temple of Kor, is very bombastic, but this one, not too bad. Okay, let's see here. Maybe it's because it kind of fits their personalities. Sinadrin is the gentler of the faces. Yes, surprise them. Damn it, Kaylin. Where is this coming from? Okay, let's see. Enchanted Arrow. Oh, I should probably see what these guys are. Mercenary Archer, Archer, regular Mercenary, who still has the archery skill. Okay, well, in that case, I was going to check out our new spell, which, what was it? Oh no, what was our new spell that we just learned? Metabolic Stasis, that's right. So where is it? Muscular Decay. I don't see anything new there. Static Discharge, Rachel's Song, Shove, Dehydrate. Oh, here it is. Well, that makes sense because it's a defense spell. And that's what we thought of before. Okay, so it's just like Thermal Envelope, Kagros Filter, Winter's Kiss. This is the one that makes you immune to poison. Caster or target ally cannot become poisoned for one phase per point spent. Has no effect on poison already in the target's system. Okay, so that's important. It doesn't cure poison. It just keeps you from becoming poisoned. That makes sense. Most games do that. You can't cast resistance to poison on someone who's already poisoned and just have it purge from their system, usually. Okay, can't get to that guy, so attack this one. And let's see. Adrenaline, perhaps? I'm thinking, maybe. Let's put it on William first. We'll bring his damage up because, of course, she gets more hits than he does anyway, so... There we go. There's a nice damage increase. Oh man, the shields. We definitely do need to get that other Everedge blessed because it does make a big difference. Let's put adrenaline on her too. So let's be real. Aaron has some serious power, but our best weapon really is Kaylin most of the time. Historically speaking. Man. I feel like even with adrenaline on, I'm gonna have to, like... He's gonna have to help out. There we go, that's a little better. Just to be sure, though. I don't want him to die when armor light goes off. So I'll use the rest of that Sen water, and let's see. Trying trying to raise anything specific right now. Water magic would be good. I still really want spell accuracy to go up, though, and water magic will go up by itself over time if we have it ticked. So I'm going to focus on that. Kalen's just pulling a matrix over here. It's like, nope, can't touch this. William, on the other hand. Hey. Well, she's running towards the lightning bolt. Nice. Direct hit. Now, William, you stop that. Getting hit, that is. Alright, Kalen, take him out. Let's see. He has got... stamina 0. Health is 19. Okay, so this is where... Let's try Gift of Sin. I'm going to pay 10 health to heal him for 20. Hey! There we go. It worked that time. So that took... Yeah, he's got 22 health now. But now he... It's up to 29. Nice. Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, they have some halfway decent stuff. Not mad about that. Bread and chicken. Oh, we're out of room for food. Well, this'll help. There. Now we've got room for food. Okay, now let's see. Who has room for these arrows? He does. These are just regular poison arrows. You know what? She can take that because we can use them for target practice. And he's already got Halder's Brew. There we go. Might come back for that because since there's a sword shop here, we can sell some of that stuff. So if we start to run low on cash, which is unlikely but a possibility, we will have that as an option. Okay. On to the north. Looking for treasure chests, dig spots. Nothing? Really? Something sort of flickered over here. I think it was one of these trees either clipping through the background or each other, or maybe just a late spawn. I think that that's it. Because this is the crossroads. Oh. Oh, it's a bunch of Karn. For a second there, I was like, oh. Oh, God. Okay, there we go. Do the same for him. William will get to move after they do. I'm not sure what these things are. They look like some sort of wolf. Kalen says, I think they look like some sort of dead. Oh, off into the ether. Unfortunate. Same. But it's nice to be in a comfortable enough position for that to happen and me not be terrified that that's going to cost us the entire battle. Okay, let's just do melee. Everyone melee. Everybody do the melee. Ha, I don't know what the melee looks like as a dance. I'm assuming a mosh pit. Like, that's probably the quickest and closest analog. I knew she would go first and block William's way. He'll have to go all the way around. Oh, never mind. Aaron did it. Yay. Hey, fatty meat. Oh, and she can't carry anything. She already has a piece. Okay, well, There's a double check here. And yes. Large lever chest, which I'm sure that we got. So that's it. Cool. Okay, well, we have come full circle. Neat. We did the thing, y'all. So, with that having been done, assuming that there are no other, like, hidden encounters along the way or other, you know, battles that are going to jump out at us, I am going to run over here to the Temple of Core. Oh, after I check their skills, I realized I haven't done that. He's at 86 melee, not bad. Defense just broke 70. Her defense just got up to 55, not bad. Ooh, his stealth went up to 86. Spell accuracy is 69. Nice. Spellcasting is now 87. Very cool. So it's almost maxed for this chapter. Ooh, look at this. Electricity's at 85. Area damage went up. Detect went up. Good. I'm hoping that maybe when we break 60 with this, we'll get something. Self-ally is at 85. Magic's at 65. Poison and strength. Oh, and we finished our spell. Okay. Looks like we still only have one new spell available. Purification. Well, that's fine. And forgot they took some damage, so okay, yeah, I didn't really think he hadn't taken any damage thanks to armor light. Really? Nothing? Okay, well, that's fine. If our armor doesn't need to be repaired, that is not something to complain about. I hate when that happens. It always makes me afraid that, like, the game's going to crash or something. When there's that sort of late spawn and then everything just, like, pops in at once. It's like, oh no. Okay. I am, in fact, clicking on that guy. Okay, I guess he has nothing else to say to us. Blessing. Go. So this guy is the one who does the blessing in this one, which I love that he is obviously just like this dude, but flipped horizontal and then washed out to account for the distance. But see, like this guy, you still get the talk icon for him, which is weird, but he won't say anything now. Everybody's armor is blessed. We don't have to worry about that. And now his Everedge is blessed as well. Very nice. Wish you could bless bows and shields. That would be great. But whatevsies. Okay, well. There is only one thing left to do. And that is to go on to Nathby, because there still are a couple of little loose ends floating around in some of these towns, but we haven't found an obvious way to address any of them, so I don't think that there is anything that we can do except go south to Nathby. So I'm gonna do that. Now I'm going to head back this way to the west, and I'm going to go south through the crossroads and back through Night Ridge and Belukar. Just because I think that's going to be slightly faster than looping around through Damali. Like a bit, because we have to go south and then like around the corner. Now I'm going to push it a little bit. I know it's hard to see, of course, because it's dark. But we've killed everything. So we should be safe, right? I'm a little concerned, actually. I'm not going to fast travel because there may be battles on the southern part of the crossroads going down towards Nathby, and if so, we may need to fight those. Because in addition to the skill grinding, of course, you never know when they might drop something like that really cool, like the speed bow. Because that was just... I guess that's not a random drop, because the encounters in this game all seem to be scripted, and some of y'all, at least, knew what was coming. Or knew that the bow was there. Oh good, his repair went up to 80. Cool. Detect is 60. But that means that we need to fight all of the... progress on that spell's at 69%, so we will soon be done with that too. Nice. But anyway, yeah, some of y'all knew what to expect, and that means that it's important that if there are encounters like that, we probably should fight them to make sure that we don't miss anything that they have to offer us. I can't tell... No, okay, this is just open country. I was worried there for a second that something wasn't loading in, and it was like, Okay. I should have known that was empty, because I remembered opening that, but... Anything over here? Okay, that looks like Nathby over there. Oh, yep. That's the Gonish skybox, I think. So, we've gone far enough south. Yep, there's the bridge. Remember, this is the bridge where we could see the town from Chapter 7, but we couldn't go across it.
I promised the Emperor
Yep, and they're not going to let us go across it now. That's fine. What I want to do, though, is look around and see if there's anything interesting. See docks or something sticking out over there. Treasure chests, dig spots. No, this would be a great place for it, but I don't see anything, so... I guess that's it. Okay, then we just go on into the town itself. That's fine. I said a moment ago, and then I didn't finish my sentence, that I was getting a little bit concerned. I'm hoping against hope that in this town there will be a shop that sells tools, and they will have fishing poles, because y'all told me that I would need a fishing pole to fish up the sunken boat that we heard about in the last episode. The Traka, who were swapping stories with us here in Damali, told us that they had seen a guy like lose a treasure in the river on a sunken boat somewhere here in, presumably in Januli. And I'm supposed to need a fishing pole to get that. And I thought that we still had one. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, I don't have one in our inventory right now, because that was something we left behind to make room for other stuff. Because we've not needed a fishing pole. Like, there's been nowhere to fish. There's been no foraging done the entire game. So, I don't know, man. We'll find out. Okay. A lot of little places here. Check this out. Is that ship sunken or is it just cut off at the bottom here? I can't tell. The waterfront districts in many towns had unsavory reputations. Nathby was nothing but a waterfront district. The entire town could have used a coat of paint and a bath. Ooh, rude. Did we? Okay, we did finish our spell. But there is nothing here, so... The Lusty Maiden. Patrons came to this tavern for many reasons, none of which were its food or drink. Oh, so it's a Hooters. Bric-a-brac, the rundown shop offering cast-offs and miscellaneous items of questionable value, was undoubtedly Nathby's finest boutique. Arnold's Salvage, prowling the docks for lost weaponry, rusted shields, and the odd item recovered from sunken ships. The proprietor eked out a living passing his finds on to others. The Salty Dog, set far back from the water, the wooden planks of the tavern still couldn't escape the ravages of the sea air. The Mermaid's Kiss. Many's the sailor who'd spent the night in the tiny rooms of this inn. Many more's the sailor who'd spent an hour. Oh, okay. Okay, and the ship is lighting up when we hover over this. The shipyard. Thanks to recent pirate activity and the end of the shipping strike, the shipyard had become the most frenzied place in town. So I'm guessing that indicates that it's not a sunken ship. It's just a ship whose, like, nose is... Well, stop that. It's, like, sticking up over the edge, and you can see there, too, where it kind of cuts off part of the docks, too. So I think that's just that little bit right there is like just a border where the picture for the map of town doesn't reach all the way to the edge. Well, where should we start? Let's try the shops. Bric-a-brac. Ooh. Is that new shop music? Kind of. I like that. And there's sort of like a... Sounds like sort of a, right there, like either a breezy noise or like a tide going in and out sort of sound effect, intermittently throughout the track. I dig that. That's cool music. Let's see. Okay. This looks like the place. They do have send water. That's good. Shovels. Whetstones. Ooh, but I don't see any fishing poles. And none of the other shops that I know of for sure have sold one. So that's not great. Okay, everybody has at least 25 send water. Good. I'm going to buy one more to make sure that we have plenty for Aaron. Has there been a jewelry shop? I don't think that there has. Which means probably this is the only place that we're gonna... Oh, okay, they won't buy it. Never mind. Okay, let's try the other shop. Okay, here is the... This is the shop music that we're used to. Nothing. Okay. Can't talk to this guy, so this must be the shopkeeper. Wow. They have literally nothing for a shop this late in the game, at least. To be fair. Yeah. Okay. Well, so it looks like we have an inn, 2 taverns, and the shipyard. Where shall we begin our investigation? All of them sound kind of fun. Well, let's start with the Salty Dog. and we'll work our way closer to the waterfront. I think. Anything? Wow, there is no one to talk to here except for the proprietor. Fish and wine. Okay, and we can rest here. Let's try the Mermaid's Kiss. It makes sense that, like, a seafront town would have 3 taverns. Nothing's here. That almost looks like is that a mage doing something? I think that's an optical illusion. I think that's just like a serving girl or something, like holding a cup. And that is the edge of the fireplace. But still. Okay, food rations, and then over here. Shop or rest. Okay, that's weird. Because see, there's like a gap between these 2 characters. So you look at that, where they're distinctly 2 different characters, but if you click on this guy, it still asks the innkeeper question, do you want to shop or rest? But you can see him like holding out his glass, and that guy's pouring something into it, so he's the tavern keeper, he's the publican. Okay, that's odd. Well, only one left. The Lusty Maiden. And I love that the first thing that you see is Gabby Hayes over here and this dude in an ascot. Is the name ironic? Perhaps? You can buy fatty meat here, fish, ale, okay. Well, this is the only other guy we can talk to, so it seems obvious that's what we gotta do.
Excuse me. Aren't you Paul, first mate of the Fair Current?
Why, if it isn't William Escobar! Sit down, my friend, sit down.
Oh. Is that... No, maybe I'm wrong. Is that the ship that William was on when it got attacked? At the very beginning of the game? Well, we can ask him about Gregor, and that's the guy who gave William the Shepherd Medallion. So, that seems right? Let's ask him about that second, though.
I'm glad you weren't hurt when the Fair Current went down.
Oh,
What are
yeah.
your plans for
Okay,
the
that's
future?
it.
I take it that by the future you mean past closing time this evening, right? Well, seeing as Captain Ty is the only seafaring man I know who's worthy of my company, I plan on going where he goes, whether he gets a new ship or cruise with another.
Okay. Okay, but I feel good about that. I did remember correctly.
Do you remember Gregor, the minstrel?
Oh, Karen's kiss is sweeter than wine, her arms around my neck entwine. My favorite song. Gregor sang it often, and well.
I'm sorry to tell you he didn't survive the shipwreck.
A pity that. Here's to him.
Since I was with him when he died, I feel a duty to find his friends in case they haven't heard of his passing. Did he ever mention any names to you?
I never saw him on land, just at sea. I do recall him mentioning a girl from Balucker. Misha was her name. He said she was the one the rhyme was originally written about. There once was a girl from Balucker. If you had the price, you could...
I think we get the general idea. There is a lady present after all.
She doesn't look like she offends all that easy to me.
Trust me, nothing about Kalen is easy.
You were saying?
Anyhow, Gregor said Misha was a sweet girl trying to earn her loaf of bread in a hard world. You might want to look her up.
Okay. Wow. Yes, very, very much wow. Oh, okay, so, yeah, thank you for confirming. There are no fishing poles. So, unfortunately, man, that sucks. That really sucks because then if I do need a fishing pole to fish up that treasure, then because literally for 7 chapters, there was no need for one. And so, of course, it figures that when I finally get tired of toting them around and letting them take up precious inventory space, immediately the game gives me something important that I'm going to need a fishing pole for. And then takes away my opportunity to, you know, to acquire one. So I am... We're in the right place here in Nathby because I am a little salty about that. Mostly because I have no idea what the treasure is. But more importantly, that means I won't get to show y'all. Now, on the other hand, that means that if I have, with this Let's Play, hopefully convinced you to try the game for yourself, then you will perhaps be able to acquire the treasure and see what it is, and you'll have a pleasant surprise waiting for you. So I will ask you not to spoil it in chat if you know what it is. So, oh, well... I spoke too late. Okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Because then, now people, you'll know whether it's worth your time. It sounds unique then. It sounds kind of like the speedbow or Everedge, where it's sort of like the ultimate shield. Well, I would love to have that, but... it is what it is, because we don't have a fishing pole. So if the game's not going to give us one, then whoopsie daisy.
Thanks for the information, Cole.
Okay, on the other hand, looks like we have a lead here, because Misha, that was the girl at the brothel. So... okay, so we need to go back up to Bulucker, and they finally gave us a pronunciation for that. And a limerick to go with it, so that we can remember easily. We'll head back up that way, and hopefully we can speak to her now. And we will have something to do. Okay, there's a guy we can speak to. Surprised we can't take that coil of rope. It looks like that's it.
Captain Ty, do you remember me?
Oh, okay.
Well, blowed if it ain't William of Pianda. How fare thee, lad?
I'm well, Captain. But what of yourself? How did you escape the shipwreck?
As you recall, we could have taken the pirates, but when that beast attacked, it was every man for himself. I clambered into a dinghy with a few of the crew, but I thought we was all done for. We put away from the sinking ship with the creature's horrible cries ringing in our ears. But then, just as I was expecting to feel its claws on the back of my neck, I saw it veer off and away. A wave of relief washed over me, only to be dashed to the rocks by a rising tide of worry when I saw the creature make for the boat you shared with that minstrel. I can see you're right enough, my lad, but tell me, what of the Joy Man?
Gregor was killed, Captain. But after we landed, my friend Aaron here made short work of the beast.
Aye, I can see that one would be a match for any monster from the depths of the waste, he would. Well,
You can tell that by
sorry I
looking
am
at
to hear
Aaron.
about Gregor. That makes 3 sent to their graves, as 2 of my men went to the bottom along with my darling fair current. Now that she's gone, I'm casting around for what to do next. Some of my men stay true in the cut of their jib and wait for me to chart a course. The others, well, there's those that hoist anchor at the first hint of a squall and make for any port that'll have 'em.
I'm not bitter, though.
What do you think you'll do?
William, I don't know for sure. Right now I'm in the doldrums waiting to see which way the wind picks up. The Fair Current was my father's ship before me. She's been my life since my mother hung my cradle up on the yard arm and let the waves rock me to sleep. I'm used to being my own master.
Can't you build a new ship? The Fair Current, too.
Electric Boogaloo.
If I was willing to hire out to a merchant company or pay a hold full of interest to a banker. The other possibility is hiring onto another vessel for a year or 2. There's a few captains I respect enough to work for. I've got some money put aside after all these years, but not enough to retire on. Besides, I'm not ready to be landlocked yet. I'd rather be at sea.
Do sailors really talk like that? Like, not modern sailors, but, you know, like Renaissance or medieval era sailors. Did they actually, like, did they take every single opportunity to cram in a reference or metaphor or simile of, about the ocean and ship work? Like, was that a thing? Like, all those... Because, I mean... Popular media.
You can't blame your men for taking work where they find it, can you?
Course not. What boils my bilge water is the manner of crew my men signed up with. Their captain came to see me when he heard about the fair current. Tried to get me to join up as his first mate, he did. Well, there's one pirate with a new bend to his nose.
How do you know they're pirates?
I've been around these parts long enough to know rotten fish when I smell it. And those boys are the rottenest. They're holed up close by here too. Don't know exactly where, but I see them around.
Okay. Where the pirates are coming from, then, maybe.
Can you tell us anything more about Gregor? Did you know him well?
Gregor sailed with us one time before. His music sparked the lads' spirits and kept them hopping on the rigging like sand fleas. I carried him for free on our fateful trip, not just for the tunes, but also seeing as how he saved my life.
Oh?
He saved your life?
Aye. At dinner at the captain's table, I swallow down some jackfish the wrong way and catches a bone in my gullet. I'm gasping out my final breath on this earth when Gregor grabs a hold of me and hugs me so tight around the waterline that the fishbone shot clean out of my mouth. Nearly harpooned the second mate in the eye, it did.
I see why you felt he deserved free passage on the fair current.
And glad he was to take me up on the offer. He came to me late one night. Nervous he seemed, and anxious. Said it was a life or death situation. Well, I'm not one to ask too many questions. I just reckoned he'd found himself in between the wrong set of sheets when the master of the house came home, if you know what I mean. He'd saved my salty hide, and that was enough for me. So we put to sea against the guild strike. Oh, no doubt you recall that, William.
Yes, I remember. Bit of a touch-and-go situation, wasn't it? Did you get a chance to talk to Gregor on the voyage out?
No, but the first mate, Paul, now he might know more. Of course, you'll probably have to swab his decks with rum before he'll talk. He's most likely down at the Salty Dog or the Lusty Maiden this time of day.
Okay, and we already talked to Paul, so...
Thanks, Captain. It was good to see you again.
May your skies be red in the evening and the North Star always on your bow. Yeoman's luck to you both, lads.
That is the saltiest dog. Okay, well, that seems to be everything here. Oh, before we go, though, I will... let's see, here we go. Let's rest. There we go. Get our stats back up. Man, I'm so mad that I'm going to miss that shield. If there is a way to get it without a fishing pole, then let me know. But otherwise, I won't brood over it. That was a pretty funny exchange, though. I thought that Kalen was going to kill William. There's nothing easy about Kalen. Oof. Yeah, big oof. Belucker is not that far away, but we're probably going to have to wait until morning anywho. There we go. Okay, so Misha. Let's give a save and see if his magic's gone up a bit. Okay, poison increased, so that means probably, yeah, no spell.
Do we have to come in here?
We won't stay long. We're just here on business.
Yes, I know, but what kind of business did you have in mind?
Oh, not interested in
Don't even
girls
kid
and
about
jealous.
that, Aaron. The day I have to pay for...
Aren't these girls good enough for you, William? What makes them so different from all the dairymaids and serving wenches you've, no doubt, bedded on so many occasions?
Jealous? Actually, not so very many occasions as you'd imagine.
But you still didn't answer my question. What makes an easy girl any different from a scullery maid? They both take things in exchange for their favors. It's just that an easy girl collects in burlas, while a scullery maid makes do with cast-off petticoats and glass jewelry. Between the two, who do you think places more value on her assets?
But what about love? What about romance? Ladies go with me because they want to, not because I rented their services by the hour.
Oh, well, that's what you want to believe. Go ahead. In my experience, people will do whatever they have to get by in this world. It's just more pleasurable to earn a trinket on one's back with the handsome son of a nobleman than by mucking out stable stalls. Or, at least that's what I'd assume.
So, you think I'm handsome?
Can we just do what we came to do and then get out of here, please?
Well. Huh. I love this game more every time that I play it. Pro sex work on top of everything else. Man, what a progressive game for 1997. We've had messages about like anti-racism and now it's pro sex work and we've had like just this is pretty good. I'm vibing with this hard. Okay, so Misha here.
Hello, Misha. How's business?
It comes and it goes.
No comment.
We're here on behalf of a friend of yours, Gregor.
Is it true what I heard? Is he dead?
Yes, I'm sorry, but it's true. I was with him when he died. There was an enormous flying beast. He fought it bravely, but it was too much for him, and would have been too much for me as well if Aaron here hadn't come along.
Oh, I'll miss Gregor. He was the only man who ever called me by name. The right name, that is, when he... well, you know.
I don't think Gregor's death was an accident. He may have made some powerful enemies in high places, people who could pay a mage to send that monster. If you tell us what you know, we might be able to learn who was responsible and bring them to justice.
All right, but I don't think... Why should I tell you anything? Even if you catch who killed Gregor, it won't bring him back, so what's in it for me?
This is important, Misha. There's more at stake than I can tell you, but I know Gregor would want you to help us. Please.
All right, you sweet-talking thing, I'll tell you. But I only give out tit for tat, if you know what I mean. I can see you got money, but things has been good, and I need a favor more than a coin just now. So find me some sen cream, and then I'll talk. The local shop is out, and it's the only thing that helps with the chafing.
Oh, okay. I wasn't expecting that. And yeah, that sort of, like, vaguely generic, like, what Western people think Middle Eastern music sounds like. The sort of, like, dime store harem music. Yeah. Because that's the only place we've heard that tune, so it is kind of stereotypical.
Listen, Misha, we really need to know where Gregor lived.
So, I really need that sun cream.
Okay.
Come back anytime. The door is always open to fine folk like yourselves.
Take care of yourself, Misha. In your line of work, no one else will.
And yeah, I agree with what you said a second ago there, that a lot of times it would be the female party member who would be the one that spoke up and was, like, anti-sex work. So I like that she's the one to talk the other ones round. They said that the local shop was out. This is the one where there were two people we could talk to, and this guy didn't have anything to say. kind of like Misha there the first time that we met her, so maybe now he will.
Oh, good day, good day. Welcome to Marlin's Mercantile. How may I be of service?
Did Andrew Thatcher do every voice in this game?
I'm looking for a jar of sen cream. Do you carry it?
Oh, my dear, of course I do. It's one of my best sellers. Quite a thing among the ladies. I don't like to boast, but they tell me that my sen cream is the finest they've ever tried. Unfortunately, because it's so popular, I can't seem to keep it on the shelves.
Well, when do you think you might mix up another batch?
I would do it in a jiffy for you, my dear, only I seem to be missing some of the ingredients. Sadly, I do not know when they'll come in.
Okay, and what are these ingredients?
What ingredients are you missing?
Let me think a moment. I have the alcohol and the glycerium. All I need is sen water, animal fat, and fidala leaves.
Animal fat?
For supple skin and glowing vitality, restores youthful vigor to the most wrinkled, leathery, and ancient of hides. My clientele just can't seem to get enough of it. Oh, of course, you don't have to worry about such things as wrinkles and worry lines, my dear. Not with your young, soft, resilient skin. If only there was some way to bottle that.
Wow. Okay, so let's see. We can give him the ingredients. Is that what the fatty meat is for? Because he specifically said animal fat, and this has fat in the name, and y'all told me I needed to keep this when I picked it up from those carns. So, and there's a couple places where we can buy it as well. The only purity, or the purity of the slab of fat was only rarely marred by a sliver of meat which had somehow wandered into foreign territory. I love that description. So this has to be where we get the animal fat, right? Sen water, of course, we have and can buy anywhere, so all we need is fidali leaves.
If you happen to come across the rest of the sen cream ingredients, I'll be more than happy to mix you up a batch.
Okay. Well, we know that he doesn't sell them, or he wouldn't need them. I admit I've been keeping poor notes about, like, what you can buy in each shop. I kind of stopped writing that down a while ago. Okay, let's see. This is a weapon shop. The only shop that they have is like swords and stuff. I did not see any in Nathby. I remember that because we were just there. So that leaves Dumali, Havsley, and Breland, where we would be able to buy fidali leaves. Breland is probably, well, honestly, they're all kind of equidistant, aren't they? I guess Havsley's a little bit further away. Okay, I'm going to go back to Breland. Unless y'all can remember for sure where I would be able to buy fidali leaves so that I can go straight there, I'm going to start here. And then that way, if they don't have them, I can just go around in a circle to Havsley and Dumali and see which one does. Because it looks like we have everything else. And if that's the case, too, that also, if that's what the fatty meat is for, then now that we have two of them, we can stop carrying it around. Okay, thank you. Good. Okay, so it is Breland. Alright, then we will just speed up there. And actually, will you take us to Breland here in the fast travel? I don't remember if I looked. No, they'll take us to Dumali. Dang it, I should have checked the fast travel in Balucker. I can't remember where they would take us. That's alright, it's a fairly short walk. Okay, so we will dodge over here as quick as we can. Pick up some fidali leaves and then we will head back. Sen cream, it helps with the chafing. direct marketing, you could call that. Well, while I'm here, I could... Well, no, because you already said that there aren't any fishing poles. I can hope, though, can't I? Okay, well, here are the Fidali leaves. Who has room? Kaylin does. Okay. And this is... Yeah, this is the archery shop. Okay. Well, phooey. And there is no fast travel here. Because it's the first town that you start the chapter in, so it kind of makes sense. Actually. My kingdom for a fishing pole. I'm walking next to this river this whole way, and it's like, If only I had been stubborn and hung on to our fishing poles just a little longer before I finally gave in and threw them away. Well, y'all can learn from my mistake. And whether you are watching here on Twitch today and have not played the game yourself, or if you are watching the YouTube VOD and likewise have never played it, then now you know what not to do. Make sure you bring at least one fishing pole with you, apparently, from Chapter 7. Because Chapter 8 is not going to let you purchase one, so. And we're back. Okay.
Oh, good day!
Yes, a good day! Okay, here we go. So, Sen
That
water.
takes care of the sen water, but I still need animal fat and fidala leaves.
Okay. Fidala leaves, he says.
Good. Now all I need is the animal fat.
We got you covered, bruh.
Here is a fresh jar of sen cream.
Easy as that,
How much
huh?
do we owe you?
Oh no, I wouldn't dream of charging you. You provided most of the ingredients, and I have plenty of sen cream left to sell at the most exorbitant prices imaginable. No.
That little at the end.
Thank you for the sin cream, Marlin.
Oh no, my dear. Thank you.
He had fun with that. That was a fun read. And there's the sen cream. It smelled rancid and felt greasy. Kaylin silently thanked the Triune for not making her so vain about her appearance as to rely on concoctions like this to maintain it. Sen water, well, and we know Fidali leaves cure, like, poisons and toxins. Sen water, of course, heals you as well. And then the animal fat, combined with, what did he say, alcohol and glycerium? So aloe, alcohol, and glycerin, I'm guessing, in order to maintain the formula, the solution, and to make it into a paste. Ugh. Okay, well, I mean, it does sound, honestly, like it would probably be very good for you. Whether it looks and feels disgusting or not.
Hello, Misha. How's business?
It comes and it goes.
Oh my god. Yeah, tequila. Of which I now feel like I need a drink after all this.
We brought you the sin cream, Misha. Now will you tell us where Gregor lived?
Thanks, much appreciated to be sure. Now that you've lived up to your end of the agreement, I'll live up to mine. Gregor kept a room in Havesley for when he'd give performances for Lord Sheffield. My guess is if he had any enemies, you'd find them there. Oh, and you may need this key, though it grieves me sore to part with it, seeing as it's all I have of Gregor's to remind me of him. Well, besides for a pair of long underwear he kept here for the chillier nights. A courier brung it. The key, I mean, with a note that I got a fella to read for me. It said, "My Misha, now you hold the key to my heart. Wear it close to yours." He had a way with words, he did. But I suspect it opens more than he said.
Thank you, Misha. We'll bring the key back if we can. If not, then know that we'll do our best to avenge Gregor's death.
Okay.
Come back anytime.
Take care of yourself, Misha.
Well, key item get. Literal key item. Upon close inspection, Williams saw the key wasn't actually silver. A thin layer of silver plating covered a standard door key. Good advice in chat, by the way. Now let's see, do they even have a fast travel thing here? I guess they don't. Okay. The way she kind of stumbled over some of her sentence structure and had that rural sort of, like, a courier brung it. I feel like since she hinted that Misha is not her real name, that maybe the accent is fake as well. So that's not because she isn't from here, it's because she's putting on a persona for her customers. As you do when you're in that line of work. What's going to be the fastest way back to Havesley, or Havesley as she called it? I guess since we're kind of below the midpoint, it's to loop around this way and go. Maybe there will be a fast travel in Dumali that will take us the rest of the way, but I think it's going to be faster to just go here than it is to go up to Night Ridge and then fast travel to Dumali and have to walk the rest of the way anyway. And we know that there is no, like, carriage station in Breland because we just came from there. Nor is there one in Nathby, because it's not that type of town. The walled towns don't have them. So, oh, that's right. You can, actually. I had forgotten about that, although we did put it to good use in, like, Chapter 6. Now, the only thing is, if I go into the menu, y'all know how sometimes the menu music gets stuck? So, if that happens, like, that's why I haven't done it before. Is because of risking that. Y'all will just have to bear with me. So let's do this, because y'all need to see when I increase the step size. I don't think that I've done this yet on the stream, so this is fun. Okay, good, and the main menu music is fading. Okay, are you ready? Hold on to your butts. This is so funny every time that I do it. I don't know why. For some reason, just like Noom. Oh, for perspective. Whee! Look at that. Just watch that little arrow go. Pew. Oh my. Zoom zoom. Zoom, zoom, zoom. We'll get there in no time. Oh, and here we go. Perfect. Because now that we are at the inn, I will go back in and I'm going to change our step size back to small. And if the music doesn't fade, I can go into the inn. Okay, nope, good. It went away on its own. And that means that, okay, this was the guy, yes, where he said, "Do you have any questions?" I guess, remember, I said before, since nothing was happening, we have to know something, or give him something, like before the conversation would continue. I wonder if it is this room key. Hey, okay, there we go. There we go, it's all coming together. The innkeeper studied the key. "Yes, sir, it's one of mine, all right. Room 4. Been paid up through the end of the month. Haven't seen the Joyman in weeks, though." I wonder how many in-game days we've actually been at this, because I don't think that there's any way to tell without just going back and counting, and that would be a lot. But I suppose you could measure that amount of time in weeks, sure, if you wanted to. William said, "There's good reason for that. Gregor is dead. We're friends of his." The innkeeper shook his head. "Now, isn't that a pity? He was quite a likable fellow for a joyman." William asked, "We were wondering if we could see his room." "Certainly, sir. Right this way." Oh, here we go. Okay, who has... She's got a slot. Third Moon of Sinadrin, Day 3. One of Sheffield's trappers returned this evening. The man was terrified. He claimed to have seen a specter in the Ridgewood. Oh, the wraiths. Sheffield calmed him down and sent him on his way. The cook was furious to have no fowl for tomorrow's supper, but my tale that evening was inspired. Day 6. Sheffield's meeting with the merchants went every bit as poorly as expected. Their anger with him is growing rapidly, though they still feel that he might be of use to them. If the shipping strike continues much longer, they may begin to worry him greatly. Okay, yeah, because that's probably about how, like, Caverton was stealing the salt business from him. Oh wait, this was... No, go back. Lord. You can go forward, but not back. Okay, Day 7. That's what I wanted. Another ghost, it seems. This time, our gates were assaulted at an unholy hour by a family of peddlers seeking protection from a horrible apparition. They insisted such a thing had pursued them from the woods, but a search found no specter in evidence. Sheffield's pet mage, Bryce, tried to reassure them, but they seem to believe the Ridgewood is haunted. This presents some interesting possibilities. I may try to encourage that notion, stirring up the locals and giving Sheffield yet another problem with which to distract him? Wait, so... what does that mean? Day 12. There is much unrest in the servants' quarters. They know that Sheffield cannot possibly keep his coffers full with the shipping lanes closed, and I've made sure they know that my lord is selling the product of his own salt mine overland at a discounted rate. Wait, that my lord is selling his own salt mine overland at So wait, was Gregor working for Caverton? Is that what this means? And he was up here, like, screwing around in Januli to, like, deliberately sabotage Sheffield? They fear for their positions, but are hopeful that the shipping strike will resolve itself before the Sheffield family falls into financial ruin. I've not heard anyone so much as speculate upon my lord's role in engineering the strike. That's what this sounds like. Y'all, it sounds like he was up here spying for Caverton. Day 18. I was greatly interested to learn that Sheffield has started to make arrangements for Havesley's annual festival. By now, with his exports cut off by the strike and by my lord driving down the price of salt, yep, that's Caverton, he should be strapped for cash. Either he's secretly found a new source of revenue, or he's stretching himself even thinner in order to keep up appearances. I must look into the former possibility. Day 21. Of late, we've been suffering a very plague of the dearly departed. None of Sheffield's trappers will return to the Ridgewood, and new reports of hauntings arrive almost daily. It seems I needn't have concerned myself with stirring up the locals, as they've done a marvelous job by themselves. Unfortunately, Sheffield's growing concern was allayed by Bryce, who convinced him that ghosts were merely a joyman's tale and had no physical basis. When next I see Sheffield, I will be sure to relate my own harrowing experience with a dangerous specter, as soon as I think one up. Perhaps I can undo Bryce's damage. The superstitious townsfolk, meanwhile, believe the tales of frightened travelers over the rationalism of Sheffield's mage. Day 24. The merchants came to Sheffield today. I was not privy to their counsel, but by the dark looks on all faces as they left the hall, I would say that tempers are fraying rapidly. My lord will be pleased to know that his efforts have proved so successful. Yeah, he's up here trying to sabotage Sheffield for Caverton. That's what he was doing here. Okay, well then... But Caverton hated the shepherds, didn't he? So why did Gregor have a shepherd medallion? Day 29. My lord's suspicions were correct. This evening, as I passed Sheffield's daughter in the hallway, I could see under the line of her cloak an embossed pendant. I caught only a fleeting glimpse, but the more I think upon it, the more convinced I become that it was a shepherd medallion. Oh, well, that answers that. So, wait, Caverton suspected that Sheffield might be working with the shepherds? What, he accused William of the Escobar family maybe working with them when William showed it to him. If this is so, then perhaps it is they who are the source of Sheffield's inexplicable resources. I cannot help but wonder if Sheffield has known of my lord's machinations from the very start, and has enlisted the aid of the shepherds in some retaliatory scheme. This seems unlikely, given Sheffield's strong sense of honor. He is a man more prone to a frontal assault than a flanking maneuver. And yet, I shall seek proof. My lord will require evidence more convincing than a half-spied design. I need the medallion itself. With it, I could return to Decoro, to accolades from my lord, and a respite from this backwater tedium of Sheffield's household. Okay, and that confirms it. Return to Decoro for accolades. So he was absolutely working for Caverton. Well. Oh. I'm sorry, what?
That's odd.
What?
There's nobody guarding the castle entrance.
So? It's not like they're expecting an invasion.
That's not the point. There are always guards outside the gate. It's a matter of honor, of etiquette. Lord Sheffield is meticulous about such things.
It's too still. I don't like the look of this, William.
I hear you. Stay alert.
Did you hear that?
It came from the courtyard up ahead.
Whoa.
Core's teeth.
This couldn't have happened very long ago.
How can you tell? On second thought, I don't want to know.
You don't think the Imperial Guard?
No, not the guard. Pirates.
Wait, so pirates managed to sneak into Sheffield's castle and kill everybody? Yeah, that's a lot of bodies. That's a bad scene. Oh, and now we are in the castle. Okay, we can leave, though. We can leave. Okay, well, we are suddenly in Chapter 9. That's very unexpected. Yeah, that's... that's the first thing that you do when you find yourself in, like, a scary house. The first thing you do is check the exits, right? And... oh... maximum value for our skills has increased to 100. So is this it? Is Chapter 9 the end, y'all? Detect went up to 61. Touch went up. Strength, poison, and magic. Okay. Wow. Okay. And Lord Sheffield is nowhere in sight. So there's a lot of questions we still have unanswered. Like, there was that secret entrance around the lighthouse. This is, I'm guessing that's the salt mine, and we still haven't been in there. And now it looks like pirates have invaded Sheffield's castle. And, man, he and his daughter are in there. I hope... question mark? Because if they are, I hope they're still alive. Well. Okay, you know what? I almost hate to do this because this is kind of like a big cliffhanger, but I feel like this is probably where I should cut it off because this is the beginning of Chapter 9. We don't know what's waiting for us, and we're getting close to the end of the game. So I want to, like, I don't know what's going to be in here other than obviously it looked like there was a fight up ahead. Maybe the invading pirates are still here. So I want to save that for next time and try to do it all in one run, or at least, like, I don't want to take a chance on getting really close to the end of something, like maybe if Chapter 9 is just the inside of the castle, kind of the way that Chapter 3 was just the inside of Decoro, and then you know, like if we get to chapter 10 or something, you know, or maybe there's only 5 minutes left of the whole game, and I have to make a second video because I run up on my time and cut it off. So rather than do that, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And I hope that all of y'all will join me next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S., for the next episode of Betrayal in Antara, which looks like it's going to be an interesting one. Maybe a big and important one. Maybe, depending on what we find, it could even be the last one, because I've been suspecting that when the skill maximum goes up to 100, that will represent the end of the game. Now, I doubt it's going to be the conclusion, because, you know, the skill maximum did increase, which means that they have to be expecting us to get at least some of our skills up to 100, and that will take a little bit of time. Plus, I don't know if maybe once we do this, we'll have to go back to Antara, you know, or if the Wraith is in here. I don't know what we're going to find, which is why I'm going to stop it here. So, wow, thanks for joining me today. Be sure to follow and sub here on Twitch if you haven't already, and if you're watching on YouTube, then follow and turn on notifications there, and you can catch the entire playlist in order to watch any of the episodes that you may have missed of this series or any of the other games that we've played on the channel. And don't forget, too, that you can scroll down and underneath the video description, there will be a link where you can find Betrayal in Antara for yourself if you decide that you would like to play. And if you do, then let me know about your adventures either in the comments, or you can hit me up on Twitter or Facebook and follow us over there as well to keep up with what we're doing here on the channel. And I will catch y'all next time, either for the Monday or the Thursday stream, or for next Saturday with Betrayal in Antara when we continue. And until then, as always, thanks for playing.